my friends, my panel is already making me laugh, and the show just started. So first of all, welcome to New Day on what some consider to be a national holiday. That is right, I'm talking about Starbucks Pumpkin Spice Latte Release Day. Wait, there's the mermaid right there. So to savor the first sip of fall with me, please welcome my Hot Topics panel, contributor Terry Hollimon, stand-up comedian and the host of the Bachelor Rush Hour podcast, Dave Neal.
Hey, how are you?
And huge Bachelor fan and
true.
producer, Rebecca Perry. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers! I cannot wait.
Have you not had the first sip yet?
This is my
All right,
first sip.
Let's see it.
Take it in.
Oh, I feel like there's leaves coming out of your ears.
It
Oh no,
is
those are pumpkin spice latte earrings.
They are.
Oh my
They are.
gosh.
This is just the best day of the year. I'm not even lying.
So,
Rebecca knows. I'm not the super pumpkin spice guy.
No.
Not at all. Never have been. I'm not sure if I will be. So.
that's all right. Well, what do you
Here
think?
goes.
You both got the
haven't-
cold brews?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is that tasty?
This is a morphine drip for. This is the pumpkin spice latte is just the McRib for white women. That's why you don't like it, because
It has no barbecue sauce in it.
No.
But oh boy, do they go nuts for this?
That's less of a smack in the face than this, though. So
Yeah.
I want to.
So I have tried the hot one,
Okay.
and again, I wasn't a super fan. That's why I wanted to try
It
the
feels
cold
like
one.
eating like an actual, like a pumpkin and spice came and just like, boom, right in your mouth.
But
do
here's
you
the
think?
problem with pumpkin spice.
Yeah.
It's not a spice.
I
You
know.
It's nutmeg, clove, and cinnamon.
There's
They
no
get-
pumpkin in it.
Yeah, pumpkin steals all
Wow.
the glory.
That's
Yeah.
really true.
Yeah,
It's true.
I'm here to give
You
some.
advocate for those spices,
Yeah,
Dave.
big clove guy.
It's
you know?
false advertising, is what you're
That's
saying?
what it is.
It's not a
They
drop of
hijacked
pumpkin
the
in
spice.
here.
No pumpkin involved.
Oh my gosh! Actually, drinking this is making me warm because it's too hot. Because it's
No,
still
it's
summer,
not.
FYI.
It's fine.
However, the original release date was August 31st,
Yeah.
and then Starbucks said, "No, we are going to make it today."
Starbucks makes the rules.
That's
It is
fine.
also the 20th anniversary of the PSL, which I did not realize.
Wow.
Yeah.
I have one
Big
thing
day.
to say. Please bring back the eggnog latte, Starbucks.
Yes!
Please. You
And
breaking
gingerbread.
hearts.
I would
You know
do-
what?
I
I'll
would-
trade
yes.
my PSL for an eggnog latte. I'm just
Every
saying.
single day I would trade for an eggnog latte,
See?
for sure. Yes,
Why'd they
bring
take
back.
it off? Maybe there was an eggnog shortage. I don't know.
There always seems to be an eggnog shortage in the Pacific Northwest, or like around the fall and winter time.
How could that be?
I don't know. We need to talk to the eggnog makers.
All right, we will. Let's get on that. We'll get on that. Our next thing. Okay. Well, let's talk about a few other things right now. You drove your daughter down to San
Diego, yes.
for college.
I did,
You were
absolutely.
there during the hurricane. Dave, you lived there, so you survived the hurricane.
I'm a survivor. Yes.
I'm a survivor.
Yeah.
What was that like?
What was it? Okay, so first of all, apparently we have video of you at Costco.
Yes.
What's going on here?
Yes, I figured so. I got down there the day that the hurricane started, and I figured we had to go to Costco
Yeah.
to get my kids set up
should be
for
water.
college.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, it's like, wait a minute, it's a hurricane. People would just swarm the store. It was crazy. The water was gone. That sign was everywhere on the freeway. Of
course.
Severe storm coming, get ready.
Yeah.
And it was just pandemonium inside of Costco.
But there's no water in there.
No water. There was not a drop of water in the building. So it was things like I've had a bucket list. I've said I'm never ever going to be in a hurricane ever in my life. There's no way I'm going to be.
Okay.
And I end up being in a hurricane on the West Coast, the first in 150 years.
You know, this is a problem. This is a problem. So, I mean, we can get into the nitty gritty of it, but I want to hear how your experience went, Dave.
It was the most Hollywood hurricane of all time. Hurricane makes its big West Coast debut. Earthquake gets jealous and steals the thunder. And it's like, what? Just give it a and then it doesn't even hit. And, you know, my wife and I don't have any kids because we're old millennials and who can afford that?
Yes.
So we have plants. We have fig trees. And so we have bags over the fig trees. We're trying to
Saving the
save.
plants.
I literally
Plant
ripping the
daddy.
bags off. I think I did more damage than the hurricane.
Oh my gosh, that is hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, well, I mean, it's good to know that everyone survived. I mean, I will say this. I survived the Northridge quake, which was a significant.
That was a big one.
There was not water to be found in a grocery store for months.
Oh, yeah.
People
Yeah.
were afraid it was going to happen again.
Yeah,
So
I get it.
keep your emergency supplies.
Yeah,
Emergency
it was
supplies.
water and toilet paper that they were running. I still don't understand why
I don't
people
get the toilet
rush the
paper. You
toilet
can't even
paper
flush
in
your-
an emergency.
All
Like,
right.
what's the deal? No,
I digress.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
We're good sideways.
So speaking of shopping, apparently, some people think that Trader Joe's employees are trained to flirt with their customers, but no, they are not flirting with you. They're just nice.
So the president of the company was on this podcast and was asked about this. I'd never heard of this rumor before, but like Do you really think that they're flirting with you? It's called being nice.
Well, it's called, okay, hold on. I'm really hot right now. I gotta take this jacket
there
off.
it is.
It's the pumpkin spice.
Terry and I will tell you, men don't get compliments, so I'll buy pistachios just for them to smile at me once in a
Yes.
while.
I mean-
It goes a long way to have some nice eye contact with someone. I work from home. I don't talk to anybody all day long, and then all of a sudden I have a captive audience for 3 minutes.
I love it when they're
Yeah.
like, got any fun plans for today? And I'm like, actually coming to Trader Joe's is
Yeah.
my fun
It's
plan.
like,
So
Cheryl,
thank you
you
for
were-
remembering.
Cheryl, you are that fun plan. Thank you.
It's like a private therapy session when you're checking out at Trader
Yeah,
Joe's.
yeah, it is.
They're looking at your grocery list like, noodles. Are you having spaghetti tonight? Lucky you.
Yeah.
What kind are we having?
And no, it's not invite me over to your house and let cook spaghetti for me. They are not
Which
flirting
I
with
would be
you.
okay with.
I've had them open packages and have me try their Thin Mints, and I'm like, I'm here for life.
Yes, yes,
They don't have the
100%.
giant conveyor
And
belt.
by the way, you're not. I don't know where we are in the PNW. We're actually good customer service. We think they're flirting
Right.
because I mean that's a problem. The customer service around here sometimes.
Well,
so.
because we used to the Seattle freeze,
Freeze,
right? We're
yep.
used to people not wanting to talk to us,
Yep.
not wanting to
That's true.
communicate.
Yep.
And when somebody finally does, it's like, hey, they must want to marry me.
That's true.
And it could just be
Obviously.
the Hawaiian shirt. Maybe the Hawaiian shirt.
yeah.
That could just be what puts them in a good
I
I
mood.
think
That's
that
the
is. All right, so you were talking about the Trader Joe's CEO was on a podcast.
Yes,
Speaking
yes.
of podcasts, Dave here, you have a podcast
Yeah, that's
that
right.
Rebecca is
I listen
obsessed
to.
with.
Yep, yep.
And it's all about The Bachelor. I need to know how this came to be. How did you decide that's my goal here?
I've covered The Bachelor for the last decade, but it took off during the pandemic, became a daily. I mean, I didn't get a business degree thinking I'd be dabbling in Bachelor as my full-time job. But it's an insatiable audience. They love the content. We got featured in Time Magazine last month, which is
Wow.
probably says more about Time Magazines, and the whole magazine failures out there. Because why are we even in that conversation?
That is because it is cool, because it is an interesting genre, and from what you kind of have an intelligent take on it too. It's not just gossip.
Well, the second I stopped covering what happens on the show and covered what happens between the episodes,
Yes.
that's when it got interesting.
That's when it gets. Oh.
There's all the storylines all the time.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to know
Well,
the
give us
drama.
a snippet. Give us a snippet of some drama. An example.
Well, I mean, the thing that I hate to say it, the thing that made my channel go super viral was like some serious issues that happened between ex-boyfriends and ex-girlfriends, and you cover it and you go, oh my gosh, I can't believe this was happening out there, and no one's reporting on it, and then you just start talking about it in an honest way. I didn't think an audience of 90% women cared what a guy thought about things, but I think I'm part of like the audience that isn't watching the show, so my take is a little bit different than a lot of others.
Interesting.
Do you find that people are listening to your podcast that don't even watch the show,
Oh,
but
yeah.
they're just there for the tea?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what, because I don't watch the show.
Yeah,
So,
I do.
All right.
I don't kill them with quality. It's just every day I show up. So
Yes.
there's always I did it on my honeymoon. My wife, God bless her, lets me. We were in Bali and it's midnight in Bali, and I'm just, hey, coming to you live from Indonesia. I mean, look, they're there to consume the content, so you got to show up.
Wow. Okay. All right. So, hey, have you ever played matchmaker in real life?
I'm starting to.
You're starting to.
Yep. So now that I'm married, I'm off the market. Sorry, ladies. I know. Calm
Sorry,
down.
Trader Joe's.
Sorry, Trader Joe's.
I'm calling my stand-up show the Wingman Tour. So I'm trying to get singles to come to my show because laughter is the best way to connect.
Okay.
Oh my
So
gosh.
if you laugh at a joke and make eye contact with another single person after the show, you can talk about it, you can share something in common or whatever.
Well, especially because if you meet someone with a similar sense of humor, then you know it's good. You got to have some. So, like, if maybe somebody else laughs at a joke that you laugh at that no one else laughed at, you're like, oh, you and I.
Marry
are-
me.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're our
yes.
tribe.
Yeah, so Terry's going to appreciate this. I've got all the single ladies that are coming to the show tonight, right here.
Oh my!
Look at that. I got pageant queens. I even have Bruce. He's a guy, but there aren't many guys here. But Bruce works
Bruce
in.
does tech stuff.
Yeah, he works in tech, so you know he makes a lot of money.
Oh, of course he does.
So he'll be at the show. We've got we got a giraffe experts, different age ranges, and Jen here is actually married, but we don't like her husband, so she'll be at the show.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
that's
David,
gonna be the
I
next
don't know
thing
if we
here.
can condone Jen's,
Discrepancies.
journey, but we are here for that. How can people see your show?
It's going to be at Comedy Hill,
Capitol Hill.
Capitol Hill Comedy
Yeah.
Bar, and there's a link. If you type in Dave for the code, you get half off the shows tonight.
Nice.
Almost sold out, so I think there's like 20 tickets left.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so get out
all
there, meet some singles. Have
Yes.
some
Yeah.
fun.
Out there.
Love connections.
Yes. Just not you, Jen. Let's talk about that.
We
off
have
here,
a whole
okay?
different conversation for Jen.
All right.